Welcome to 10 Reasons Why Show podcast.
Yay!
Yeah,
Welcome.
I'm your host, Scott Tomaso, and to my left is the reincarnation of Elvis Presley. Yes, I'm talking about Semma Batuk. That's right.
She's the Turkish
Elvis
Elvis.
is now a hot Turkish girl.
Yeah.
And the man across from the Elvis, is Sam Labrati.
Thank you.
Yours wasn't as good as what I did for her. Sorry.
What can I say? She's better looking.
Well, that goes without saying. Anyway, today is a milestone, guys.
That's
Today we have gone video,
Yeah, I know.
so people can see us.
Yeah, we have.
I'm hoping
So
that's a
exciting.
good thing.
You never. Well, I'm not the pretty one.
So
Sam,
don't try to
Sam, you're
mix-
gonna have to carry us.
I'm going to carry this
All I'm gonna
right
say,
out the door.
watch your hands and all that.
All right.
Okay.
So for those of you listening to us on our audio podcast, if you'd like to watch the podcast, you can check us out at www.10reasonswhyshow.com, and we'll just do this every week. So instead of the audio,
Sure.
if you want to do the audio, you can still do the audio, but we do have video out there if you want to take a look at us. So how do you get involved with the show? Let's go over that real quick. Since this is the new year, this is our first show of the year.
How do you get involved with that?
Semma, do you want to do it? Do you want to do it, Sam?
No, you go ahead.
I can go ahead and
All right, go ahead.
tell them our website.
Beautiful.
That is www.10reasonswhyshow.com.
Okay. And
This is one
Facebook.
thing that they can figure out from there. And
Right.
Facebook is facebook.com, 10 Reasons Why Show. That's where we are. You can find us from there. And we are also on Twitter as well. We
All right.
tweet
Wait,
a
what
lot.
about Twitter? Are we on Twitter?
Yes.
Are we just on Twitter?
We're on Twitter at 10 Reasons Show, or you can get a hold of Semma at 10RWS_Semma. You can get a hold of me at 10RWS_Scott, and also at 10RWS_Sam.
Sam.
So that's how you get involved with the show. But before we do this, we want to do, I want to do like a new segment that we
New
haven't done
segment.
yet. Yes, we want to do a new segment. Although we can give him the title of the show. Why don't we give him the title of the show and then we'll do the new segment?
Sure. Title is 10 Reasons Why You Should Be Excited About Awards Season. I mean, yeah.
Right. So that includes like Golden Globes. That's the Oscars.
Pretty much.
Everything you can think of. Which is a big time of the year for the entertainment industry because I don't know about you guys.
I feel like many people, because
I'm a busy
like people
mother.
they get
Well, I'll tell you, I
excited
just
about it.
let the Razzies figure it out for me. And I work backwards.
Good point. That's a good point.
Nice.
All right. So now we're going to do the new segment. This new segment is called The News According to Semma. So this is news that Semma deems worthy.
well, it's-
newsworthy.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So take it away, Semma, whenever you want.
Yeah.
All right. First one is, cold in LA. It seems like the weather is below 50 recently, right? And yes, I'm the one of those people that complain. Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah.
And I believe that we are all spoiled. And this is one of yes. For those who
coat.
can see us, you just why'd you do that?
Well, because this is
just show my
goes right
jacket.
into it.
Yeah. So it seems like compared to, for example, New York, which is around 36 degrees right now, or Omaha, Nebraska is around 28 degrees, and we have Minneapolis that is like around what?
Minneapolis. Yeah.
Minneapolis. Sorry.
I like that.
Minneapolis.
It's 16
It's
degrees.
so cold,
That's like really
the name
cold.
changes from
Yeah,
time to time.
exactly. And but the LA people love to say, "Brr, it's cold." There is this video.
Wait. What's the degrees today? It's like
think around
59, 60?
Yeah, something like that.
During the day? No, it's
More
colder than
61.
that.
Well, if you're
Let's-
talking at night, sure, it gets down.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, we're in the valley, though. We're in the valley.
It gets cold in the
So
valley.
it gets colder in the valley, but all in all, let's
Absolutely.
be honest. If you're looking at what's you said it was in New York? What's the degrees? 28?
it's like 36.
36,
Around
all right.
36. Goes up and down, and
and we think we have it bad. But
And
it's
we
all
think
about
we have
perspective.
it bad, exactly.
yeah,
You know,
it's
we're
just-
acclimated to
yeah.
the climate we're in. So
And
if
the-
you're an Eskimo, you're not going to like Hawaii.
Yeah, absolutely. The best part is Jimmy Kimmel, by the way, put together this little montage, little clip about how LA weather cast, like people are, oh my God, so cold. They're out there with their jackets on and all that. I'm going to post that, little footage and you guys can see it. It's hilarious. It's just, he's like, really?
Yeah,
Really?
it's
not cold.
It's funny you mentioned Omaha, Nebraska, because I'm actually from there, and I will tell you this: if it's above 40 degrees, people are wearing shorts and
t-shirts.
Oh, yes. I feel like in New York, too. Anyway,
And
well,
here,
they're
when,
like,
it
oh my
gets,
God,
when
it's
it dips
normal.
below 55, we're wearing parkas and things like this that I'm holding up.
Well, unfortunately, one of my offices is at one of my offices.
I like that.
My day gig is at Hollywood and Highland, the Hollywood Center area where you have Grauman's Chinese and all the other theaters and everything. And I see tourists from all over the world every day. And I got to tell you, when it's freezing here, they're still out there in shorts and T-shirts going, oh my God, this is great weather. And where are you from? Switzerland.
Yeah. Yeah, this is still heaven for them. Still
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
The next news is, you guys know Al Roker?
Al Roker.
Al
Yeah.
Roker.
You know, to NBC's Today Show host. He had a gastric bypass surgery.
That's exciting.
Well, it's good
news.
for him because, you know, he was having a lot of issues with weight and all that stuff. So it's so, I guess,
What's the newsworthy of it?
brave part of it. Well, he had an interview. They had an interview with him, and he was telling something about a little accident that he had.
Little accident.
Well, a little
What kind of
accident
accident?
while he was walking to the newsroom in the White House.
Did he poop his pants?
Oh yeah. And
I
he
was
goes,
guessing.
You know what's
and this is the best part of it. He goes, I thought it was a little gas, and I was like, I'm alone.
He
so I can let
sharted.
it go.
No.
He
Oh,
sure
I'm
God.
like, oh, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm
why
alone.
are we talking about this? First of all, Al
Well, here-
Roker.
no,
You know why?
I'll tell you why
it's
we're-
liberating. It's
No.
it's telling it.
It is. It's
out
freedom.
there.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you why it's liberating. Because not liberating, but it's news. Because he was
You
on.
know?
He did an interview and he said, "I pooped my pants."
Well, first
He said that?
Not
well,
really.
he said, "I pooped my
Then
pants."
the person who was doing the interview, she's like, so you pooped in your pants? And he
he
goes,
goes,
yeah,
"Yeah,
I did.
yeah,
I
I
did.
pooped my
I
pants."
did." And I mean,
Why
White
would
House,
he even
guys.
tell anybody?
Which really means that it's okay to poop your pants.
no, but the best
Everybody
part,
poops.
Everybody poops.
But the best part is he was going to the newsroom in the White House.
Oh yeah, he was in the White House.
That is just
Wait, this happened at the White
He
House?
was-
yes, yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh God! I mean, and there's also a remix right out there. They made a little music video
a
thing.
remix.
It's
A remix.
remix. Yeah.
I don't
it's
even know if I want
hilarious.
to hear that.
It's funny. You should watch it. It's
I
funny.
want to watch
We'll
it
put
or
it
hear
out. Semma's gonna put it out on the Facebook
Yeah.
page.
Another thing. This is just a side note. It's more not really news, I guess say, but for those who like to play games, who love PlayStation, this is just
Right
a
here.
little news for the PlayStation.
Right?
That can you please go back to 4 USB ports instead of 2, please? Literally annoying.
Well, they want to save money.
I love that this
Like,
is.
stop
I love
it.
that this annoys you.
It
of
does.
all the things that could annoy
because
you.
I had the first generation. Now I have the second and third.
Well,
And
can't you get a
second and third,
USB
they don't
hub?
have it.
Just
I
get
don't
a
know.
USB hub.
There's got to be,
It's
right?
just- yeah, but then memory cards. Remember, they used to have the memory cards for the old ones.
For the
They don't
cameras.
have them anymore.
You mean like for the discs for the
Yeah.
cameras?
I think we should do an Occupy Sony program.
All right,
I
let's
would
start
love
it.
to do that. Let's
You
do
know,
that.
and we'll all
Yeah.
go out there, some of you first, and stand in front of Sony headquarters in LA.
Some of you first. We'll be right behind you. We swear.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Was
so
that
that
it?
was the news from me
Oh, great.
for today.
Is
yeah.
that the news from around
That's
the
the
nation?
news.
Well, I'm not gonna go into really serious ones. These are just soft little things that
News
are out there.
according. This is news according
Yeah.
to Semma.
That's right.
I'm
This
not
is our
gonna
new
depress
segment.
you guys. I'm not trying to depress.
All right.
Just
Well, let's move on. So our show to remind them what we mentioned is 10 reasons why you should be excited about award season.
Yes.
So
excited.
we have 10 topics for that.
Yes.
To say why you should
Just
be.
generalizing.
It's,
pretty much.
it's a- yeah, exactly. So let's just go to the first one. What's the first thing
Ooh.
why you should be excited about?
Well, the first
Semma?
one is everybody loves parties.
Parties.
Who doesn't love parties?
I love parties.
Okay.
Now the
Yeah.
parties we're not talking about like the governor's ball. We're talking about like the stuff that people throw at home, right?
Well, mixed actually.
Where's all of it?
Like there are big ones. We are talking about the ones that is out there, like held by Elton John's AIDS Foundation.
I thought
That's
we were
a big
talking
one.
about the ones people held at
Well, we
home.
can do that.
Yeah.
Actually, the one that is known, George Eastman's House Academy Awards party. It is hilarious.
Now
I mean,
George, this is just a regular dude, right?
it seems like a photographer. I checked
George
it out.
Eastman?
Yeah.
Is he related to Eastman Kodak?
Oh.
He's a photographer. Yep.
There you go.
And the thing is, you go and he's asking you questions. They're taking
Coincidence?
pictures. It's a big deal. And I was like, you know what? It's fun. I mean, it's
Well,
fun.
I
and we
think
and we
not.
go we go in the same circles. We have the same circle of friends. So we used to go to one all the time.
No, the Venice Beach
We
and
would
the
go
Rodan-
to
yeah.
Oscar parties and
Oh,
Oscar parties.
Oh yeah. Peter would do that. Yeah.
Right. So those were fun because you'd go there. There would be food. It'd be themed in a certain way. You'd fill out your ballots. Everybody
That
would have
who's
a
gonna
ballot.
win or
And then you would, at the very end of the night, you have your whoever wins. And Semma's actually won a couple of
Twice.
times. A couple of
Twice?
times.
yeah.
Oh.
So if you need somebody to pick, if you're going to Vegas,
All right.
you need someone to pick, give it to Semma.
We're going to Vegas and someone's going to make us rich.
Yeah.
I was good. I just don't like to play. I don't like gambling though. That's the problem.
No, but anyway, so it's fun because you get like prizes at the end of the night, and it's just a good time, and you get drunk, which is great.
They will
Sam,
buy-
do you go to any Oscar parties or Golden Globe party? It's more, I guess, Oscar because that's the big one.
Yeah.
Do you go to any? of
I
those?
haven't been in years because I've always had to work on the Oscars. So
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
unfortunately,
Your party.
I'm in a dark little bar. Dark little bar.
You're partying by
Dark-
yourself.
I'm in a little room by myself.
I just
in
like
the
that dark little bar. Wow, you're lucky.
Well, you know what? I want to hear from our fans. Like what kind of parties they go to. If they go to parties, what do they do? Or if they throw a party, I want to hear what they do.
Yeah, me too.
Or if
actually,
they
that would
throw
be-
up at a party.
Or if they want to invite us to their party, that's cool.
That's
too.
right.
So although I do have a party to go to this year,
Really? A party?
a party, just one party for the whole year.
And what is that party?
It's an Oscar party.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Can you take a guest?
If I like them enough,
Hello, Scott.
you got to work.
What? No, I'm not working on it this year.
So parties, I want to hear from everybody's parties. So go to our Facebook page, put down any parties you go to. What's the coolest party to go to?
Or heard of. You heard
or
of something
or
that,
one you've
yeah,
been
somebody
involved
does.
with. We'd love to hear about it. With that being said, let's just move to the next one.
Moving
Second
on.
one is surprises, meaning
The snubs.
yeah, like who won, who didn't won, the nominees out there that won or didn't.
Right.
Pretty
'Cause
much surprises.
Every year there's a handful of snubs or surprises.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
like
in the
who
nominees,
was nominated and who wasn't.
several people were snubbed this year
Oh, my
that
God.
were expected to be nominated, like Ben Affleck.
Oh yeah, for best director did not.
Yeah, he
For
did
Argo,
not
right?
get it for Argo.
Which
Oh,
is
wow.
funny because he did win. I believe they just had the Screen Actors. Did they just have the Screen Actors Guild? Has that happened yet? He just
No,
won an
that's
award.
happened before Oscars.
He
Not
just
yet
won
happened.
Best Director. I can't remember what award show it was, but he just won Best Director, and he thanked the Academy as a joke,
Yeah.
saying,
I'm
"Thank
just
you."
gonna say this as a side note.
Thanks to the Academy.
Argo was a great movie.
It was a good
It was
movie.
great. Unexpected, great movie.
Yeah.
Unexpected because he directed it, right?
Well, that's but
No,
he
you know
nailed
what?
it.
He's actually
a pretty
Nailed
smart
it.
He's
guy.
proved
Nailed
it
it.
over. He did The Town. He did
Yeah.
what was he did a couple others that were just.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Yeah.
Did he really do this? But he's really come into his own. I mean, he's a great director.
Yeah,
you know
he's good.
the biggest surprise for me, Jennifer Hudson, when she won in 2006.
Jennifer Hudson.
Oh yeah, it was quite a surprise. I mean, her being nominated was quite a surprise. To be honest with you, I was like, wow,
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
her nomination was surprising, and the fact
it
that
was
she
so
won
surprising, and the
was
fact
even
that
more
she won.
surprising, but-
Yeah, double surprise right there for you.
Well, I want to go back because there's speaking of this year, the ones that were snubbed this year, because like I said, there's a handful that happen every year. Catherine Bigelow didn't get nominated,
No.
which I thought was a surprise, considering how much buzz that movie's getting. Zero Dark 30.
So, yeah,
Quentin Tarantino. I'm a little surprised that has he ever won? Just the way his style and whatnot. I'm a
Yeah.
little surprised that he hasn't been yet. And speaking of Quentin Tarantino,
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio, who was in Django Unchained,
Maybe that's
also
why it didn't
get-
win.
It's amazing to me,
No.
especially since I haven't seen Django Unchained.
No, but I hear it's quite interesting.
I heard it's interesting. I heard Leonardo just knocked it out of the park.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
he's a great
Impressive.
actor, as you know.
And also, I think there was another. There's probably another couple other ones that I just can't think of. But that's just for this year. I mean, over the years, there's been tons of them.
Well, I'm just waiting for Seth MacFarlane to win something at the Oscars because he deserves it.
And I'm excited about him. I'm sure we'll get into that later. But I'm excited about him doing it. But
Yeah.
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just move on to the next one. What's the next one?
Next one,
Unless
is...
you guys have anything else to add to that.
Oh, really?
All right.
No, that's about it for my snubs.
Well, just like I said, this year alone.
You know,
Big surprises.
the next one is really interesting because the next one is number 3. Someone will inevitably cry. We all know that happens. Somebody cries.
Yeah, I know you're looking at me.
Do you cry?
You're the sensitive one.
I never cry at the Oscars.
You know, the one I remember the most is Halle Berry crying.
Halle
she
Berry.
lost it. She just lost it.
She's amazingly
She went up
wonderful.
there. She couldn't hold it. She was like, she was just, you know.
I'm gonna cry
She
if
couldn't
nobody cries.
believe that she won.
Well, no,
Well,
she was
yeah.
like hyperventilating. She was like,
yeah.
for the first 20, 30 seconds, I'm thinking somebody better have a doctor right on hand there because she looks like she's
She
about
just
to
lost it. Yeah, she was
faint.
like, yeah.
She was so nice.
and the
She
second,
was, she was lovely.
yeah.
She was
And the second one that I remember is Kate Winston. She also lost it, kind of. She was crying up there and
Who?
couldn't believe Kate Winston. Sorry.
Winston. I don't know her. Do I know her?
Am I saying her last name? No,
Who's
my goodness.
Kate Winston?
No, you're close.
Yes, I
She
just
was- you
butchered
talking
her
about-
You mean
name.
Winslet? Kate Winslet?
Yes, I butchered her name
It was
because
that
I wrote
close.
it.
It was
was-
that close.
She
man.
really felt for Kate Winston when she
Yeah.
couldn't.
I
do
know. I
the-
love that I changed her name. Anyway, but
no.
I do remember she did cry a lot too.
No, well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
would you cry if you went up there? How do you think you'd do?
First
Yeah,
of all, that's
you
awesome.
you would be dead.
No, look, I don't know. Why don't you ask me what I would do?
What would you do?
Like, thanks a lot, you bastard. Took you long enough.
You know, there's a lot of people that can say that.
Oh, yeah.
That
no,
would
I'm only
that
kidding.
should
I
say
mean,
that.
There are people who should be able to say that because they've been snubbed time and time again.
No doubt. Actually, we watched this today, just before the show. Louise Fletcher's acceptance speech when she won for Best Actress over One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which I thought was
Oh.
very interesting because her parents are deaf. Both of her parents are deaf. So she was accepting the award,
Yeah.
and then at the very end, she started signing
Very
to her
emotional
parents.
for
It was
everybody,
very,
too.
it was
Yeah.
very
Louise Fletcher,
touching.
she's a really good actress.
Excellent,
Mm-hmm.
especially in that movie. She was fantastic.
If you haven't seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, you really should.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Tom Hanks,
Tom
Philadelphia,
Hanks for
right?
Philadelphia. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big one.
Because he started, like he was okay, and then when he started talking about the issues and the gay issue, the AIDS and everything, and he just couldn't, start
Well,
getting
that
emotional out there.
was at the I think the peak of the AIDS epidemic.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Where he was, he was speaking his mind and voice for the, I guess, for gay rights even at that point, just because people were getting fired and people were being alienated.
Ostracized.
Yeah, exactly. So
It was
it was
terrible.
very.
I lost a bunch of friends myself. I mean,
Oh, did you?
well, we're in the industry, so a lot of people,
Sure, sure.
have suffered. I mean,
Yeah.
I lost a lot of coworkers. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Anyway,
the
that
way,
was very touching. I don't know how he got through it, and he said everything he said was beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Little update, by the way, because we were talking about Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
He did win one
what did he win
for
for?
Pulp
Pulp Fiction.
Fiction,
Pulp
1994.
Fiction,
Yeah,
of
for
course.
best original screenplay.
I love watching that movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, yeah.
Another one that I remember just because Semma brought this up to me, and I totally forgot until she had brought it up, was Christopher Reeve when he came on stage.
Oh.
It was his first appearance since the accident
accident,
that he had.
Yeah.
But it was a surprise appearance. I don't think anybody knew about it. And it was just the longest standing ovation I think I've ever seen at an Oscar
yeah.
show. But just seeing him on stage.
He was not crying. People were crying.
and if people were crying. He was
very
Superman.
emotional.
He was Superman, man.
Yeah.
He is still the Superman. He's
yeah.
Superman for me.
Yeah. So and there's others. Kirk Douglas, I think, when he won an honorary award, and all of his sons were in the audience, just crying.
That was amazing.
And that was right after he had a stroke.
I've
so-
gotten teary-eyed a few times, I have to admit.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we could go on, but inevitably, someone will be crying this year.
Someone will cry.
So that's I don't know why is it bad to look forward to something like that?
No, it's
I kinda
touching.
like
It's
it.
nice, right? It's to see they're
You know
human.
what? They get
Touching.
excited,
They're
and I
human.
like that. They should show that side,
All right, let's go to the next one.
Ooh, this is interesting. Number 4, sure to be embarrassing moments.
Oh, there'll be a lot of those.
I'm actually looking forward to this one more than the crying.
Oh, yeah.
I
This
want
is
to
more
see
interesting.
Embarrassing to me is actually better.
It's fun.
Do you
Is that
have
the
any?
James Cameron's acceptance
I think that
speech
qualifies.
when he said at the end, quoted himself, what was it?
I'm
I am
king of the
king
world."
of the world.
Well,
Seriously?
do you know why he said that?
Why?
Because that's the line from Titanic.
Of course.
That DiCaprio says.
Of course.
He was just,
Was trying to be, yeah.
well, I mean, I don't think he was trying to be fat-headed about it.
No, and they talked to him afterwards about it too.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I wasn't trying to be like in your face kind of thing. It was just,
I
that
think
was
the way
from the
he said
movie.
it just
He felt like the
ended up
king of the
being-
world."
yeah.
Yeah, but the thing that really made me kind of wonder for a little bit is when later on outside on the red carpet going out, he took his Oscar and went booyah and threw it on the ground like
No.
spiking a football. That was really cool.
He broke it.
No, I'm kidding.
I was going to say, wow, I've never heard of that.
Sam does this to
okay?
me. Sam does this to me every show.
That was good. I was
Son
like,
of a-
wow. Yeah.
I have a couple of big moments.
This I have.
Big
like,
moments.
Well, let me do mine and then you can do
Yeah.
yours.
Go ahead.
I think the biggest one, at least the most recent one that I can remember, is Hillary Swank thanking everybody but her husband.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
She
went, and I think she named off high school and middle school teachers and friends that she hadn't talked to in years.
Yeah. Stop.
No Chadlow.
No, Chad Lowe. Well, have you seen his acting?
Uh,
I have,
Right.
unfortunately.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's no Rob.
He's no Rob Lowe.
You mean song and dance with Snow White that
Ah.
he did?
Oh, you're talking about Rob Lowe? Mm-hmm. Oh, well,
Didn't
no,
he do
was
that?
an embarrassing moment too.
Yeah.
You know,
let's
the
go back to
Lowe's-
little
the Lowe's have a few Lowe's.
1989. Yeah.
I mean,
have
there
a
was
few
that
of
one. Who was that went up there and just rambled for and he was like an old guy.
You're
Oh,
talking
Jack
about-
Palance.
Jack Palance. Did he start
See,
doing?
that's I don't know where to put that one. Is that more of a put him in embarrassing moment kind of thing, or was that, to me, that was a great moment? Jack Palance doing a one-armed push-up.
Oh yeah. But it was
my God.
embarrassing because you know what? He was doing a bunch of talk shows at the time, and he was on all of them. He would go and do the push-ups, and I'm like, okay, we get it, Jack. You're in great shape. Stop embarrassing yourself.
Was that his first one? That was his first
Yeah,
Oscar?
it was his first Oscar.
Yeah, I think that was
first
great.
and only.
See, that's a great moment. I say, you know what? If it's your first one, you go for it.
You go
You
for
go
it.
for it.
And another one is David Letterman. I think he did a little of a mess up there. Like I think he was saying opera.
No, that was just a piece of it.
Yeah, but that's the beginning. I'm telling you.
Right, but the
Opera, what
whole
is
show
that?
was a
What was
disaster.
that?
Was he the host on that one?
And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Where he said Oprah,
Uma. And then
Uma.
what was that?
Uma,
Like,
Oprah.
I was like, what are you trying to do?
and then he said, "I've always wanted to do that," and it's just like, I don't know what that means.
But do you guys get that? What is it?
It was a bad start to a bad
It was
night.
really bad. One.
And I love David Letterman. I actually like him a lot. I used to watch him all the time.
I remember when Sally Field won and she gave that famous line. I was kind of embarrassed. I don't know why. I remember it was a long time ago, but I remember being kind of like, ugh.
She's like, "You like me. You really like me."
Okay.
All
I
right.
like her, by the way, actually, as an actress.
Well-
she's great.
No, she is. She is. I didn't see Lincoln. She was that was the last one she was in, but
She's great.
she's been around for ages. She's won a couple, I think, 2 or 3. I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone do the research.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Semma's going to do the research while we go to a commercial break. Let's go to
Commercial break?
Let's go to our commercial break.
Okay.
Let's hear from our sponsor.
Hey, this is Thomas Bell from Those Guys. You gotta come check us out. I'm looking for you. You better be there, or I will come tease that ass. Stop you, mother.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the 10 Reasons Why Show podcast.
Welcome back.
We
Hello.
are doing our list of 10 reasons why you should be excited about the awards season. Most likely, it's about Oscars. We've been talking about Oscars all day.
But let's not forget the important ones like
The Razzies.
the Razzies, which I find more entertaining at times than the Oscars.
They are entertaining. I like to see that. I actually love it when the actors go and do it.
Oh,
Love and go.
Sandra
they go
Bullock was
pick it up.
hilarious.
I love it. And I think they should do more of that.
By the way,
and she became more likable after that.
that's true, actually, because then you're saying, you know what? I accept that. I'll get better or whatever.
Well,
and didn't she win right after the next year she won the Oscars?
She won that year.
That year, she won both.
Did
that
she win
year.
that?
She won the
wow.
Razzie
Two different movies.
and won an
I mean,
Oscar.
wow.
Which the thing
That's
I
quite
thought was really
impressive.
funny was when she came up on stage to take her Razzie Award, she brought a Red Rider wagon, one of those little
Yeah.
pull-along red wagons full of videotapes and of CDs, DVDs that
DVDs
she
of her
gave out
movie.
to the movie that she won for, which I thought was pretty
It
classy.
was. It was
That's funny.
great. It was great. It was great. All right, so let's get in.
I have an answer for you
Go
before.
ahead. Sorry.
Sally Field, you were asking how many times
Yep.
she got nominated, plus she won. She got nominated 3 times and she won twice.
Oh, see, I was right.
Twice. Did we like her in the second one?
You really like me. All right, well let's go to the next one, which is
Give me one
I'm
second.
hearing- Well,
Well, if nobody's going to say, I'll say, who
check
talked
you.
too much?
yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who don't talk at all,
Yeah.
who talk too much?
Yes.
Yes.
Who talked too much?
Well, we've got quite a bit of people who've talked too much.
I tell you what,
Well,
I've got a list,
I wanna start with the first one. I wanna own.
a huge list. I won't get through them all. But
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sam.
Well, I have 10 of them definitely in my list, but the one that is in Guinness World Records.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, in Guinness World Records.
You
this
seem to
guy-
have the exact same list as me.
probably. This is how would you say his name
That's a woman.
or her name?
Greer Garson.
I don't know why I would do this. Okay,
Greer Garson. She was really
in
good.
1942. Okay, she won, and she got what 5 minutes and 30 seconds. That was her speech.
I think
the
that was
length of her
before they
speech.
started to play you off.
Well,
Well,
right.
that's
That's
quite
probably the
long.
reason they started pulling you off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It started getting wacky.
Yes, and since we have the same list, Adrian Brody was also another one in 2002 when he won for The Pianist.
The pianist.
It's hard to say that one. The Pianist.
Pianist.
You know where my mind is always.
but he did. I think that's the same year that he had a big smooch with Halle Berry, didn't he? Is that the
Yes.
same year?
Yes.
I think so,
That's
yeah.
when he did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who was
Good old
number 3
Adrian.
in the most winded acceptance speeches?
Do you want to? It's Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to hear her say her name.
Don't try it. Don't try it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that.
No, you know what's funny about this? Because I watched this video because
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, I remember it kind of, but I remember hearing something about her mother even gave a look like, "What the hell are you doing?" So I went and watched the video, and the broadcast. You know, you got Gwyneth; she's just spewing out things emotionally, and something about she has the greatest love of all, which is her parents and stuff, and then it cuts to her mom, and her mom's like, "Oh my god, what does she say?" Oh my god. So to me, I was like, "Oh, well, there you go. If mom is having an issue with it, then probably you should stop talking.
There's an issue going on.
You should stop
there.
talking."
Yeah, shut it.
The next one, however, I'm not surprised at because she was 11 years old. Who was that?
Anna Paquin.
Anna Paquin.
Good read.
She was 11 when
Yeah,
she
you
won
know,
Best
kids
Supporting
are-
Actress. This is 1993 when that
Yeah.
happened.
You know, back before Semma was born, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll take that.
Yeah, right.
I'll take that.
Anyway, so that was for the piano, not to be confused with the pianist. But she did. I think she looked like she was hyperventilating for the first 10 minutes of her stand-up.
First 10 minutes?
Well, it seemed like 10 minutes. But that was it. Then I think she said a couple of things and then moved on. But she gets a pass. She was 11 years old. She was 11 years old.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
All right, let's just kind of move through the other ones.
Number 5 is like they have this Catherine Zeta-Jones
Yeah.
and then Marion Cotillard.
She was pregnant and
Cotillard?
hormonal.
I think
Marion
that's how you
Cotillard.
say- Yeah.
I can't even say that one.
Yeah, Marion
And
Cotillard.
Daniel Day-Lewis, Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, and Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
They all had a long
Yeah, and
speech.
if you don't remember any of those, go check them out. You can YouTube all of them.
YouTube, all of them.
all of
yeah,
them.
on you know what? I'll post this.
We'll put some links up.
I don't remember Steven Spielberg's though. That one I don't remember. Steven Spielberg's. That was back in 1994.
1994.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You were a kid.
Honestly, I don't remember. James Cameron was like that. He talked too much. I don't remember that.
He talked
But
a
I
lot.
guess
I
he
remember
did.
that one.
So
All
yeah.
right, let's
But
move to the
he
next.
was not the jerk everybody thinks he is.
I think you have a. Did you have a love affair with James
I
Cameron?
had a love affair. We spent a month
still-
together in a dark room
over a word season.
working on The Abyss.
I gotcha. All right, let's go to the next one.
Next one is number 6. Who deserved to win but didn't?
Well, I've
Right,
got a
so
long
every
list
year.
of those.
So
I
every
have
year that
one
happens.
that breaks my heart.
Every year.
Yeah, I know, but this is like a really old one, but just really, really breaks my heart. Deborah Kerr, that didn't win, and they gave
Deborah
her
Kerr?
Who?
Kerr. That's how they pronounce. Yeah, she didn't win any, but they gave her an honorary Oscar. Like just,
That's usually how they do it. That's usually
but you
how
know,
they make
breaks
amends.
my heart because she was in the King and I, right? I mean,
Well, you
Yeah.
know,
these are
but you know what,
great
Charlie
actresses. I
Charlie
mean-
Chaplin was the same way,
He didn't win.
right? But they gave an honorary Oscar. He actually did a 20-year exile from the U.S.
Yeah, that's
this
right.
is the funny part because
and then came back.
because Deborah Carr she was nominated 6 times and 0 win. It's just
Well,
heartbreaking.
there's
you know,
so
like
many
they
like
nominated
that, though.
her.
There's so many like
but
that.
she's a great
Yeah.
actress.
There's so many.
You know.
To me, the biggest ones are like when Crash won, the movie Crash beat Brokeback Mountain when everybody thought Brokeback Mountain was
Yeah, I
going to
didn't
win it all.
understand that at all.
And I think I had, I think I remember the Oscar party and I put down Brokeback Mountain on pretty much everything. I thought it was going to win
Sure.
everything.
He broke
And
back.
Crash just destroyed me. Crash was it was a disaster for me. I didn't win, obviously.
No.
But
But I
then
bet on the Steelers, and I didn't win either. So.
yeah, but then Adrian, we were just talking about Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody.
That year that he won, he beat out Jack Nicholson, Daniel Day-Lewis, Michael Caine. I mean, we're talking about some of the best ever. Nicolas Cage was in there, but I didn't add him. But he had won for that. That was surprising to me. Surprising.
Don't mind that noise in the background.
We're just
That's
having a little
one of our
construction,
technicians.
little construction going on.
Yeah, we're putting up new lighting for the studio.
All right, so then we have. Does anybody else have anything else? Because I have a few others. I don't know if we want to talk about it. but-
no.
I mean, I can just say there are a lot of people got nominated and barely won. Like,
Oh,
go
Yeah.
ahead. What was that?
nothing. I just passed gas. That's all.
Thanks for sharing. I'm glad you're over there.
No, I remember Shakespeare in Love because
Yes.
we were just talking about Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
That you know what movie that Shakespeare in Love beat out? Because Shakespeare in Love won.
Yeah.
Who do you think it beat out? Remember
can't
what movie
remember
it was?
offhand.
Private Ryan.
Oh,
You're
really?
kidding me.
Beat Private Ryan.
Oh my God! How could
Wow.
that wasn't even that good?
No, I was. I think everybody was surprised. Everybody was surprised.
You know what it is? Maybe they were thinking at that point, well, we've given enough stuff to Spielberg.
Maybe,
I don't know,
but Private Ryan
was an awesome film.
excellent film. Excellent film.
Awesome, yeah.
But the fact that Shakespeare in Love beat that out, that was. I thought Private Ryan deserved to win, but
Dress me up and call me Sally.
who am I? Who am I? All right,
are
let's
you
just-
anyway?
I don't know. Let's move on to the next one.
What's number 7, Semma?
Number 7 is interesting. 500 fashion shows that every network does after.
Yes,
Red carpet.
the multitude of
But
fashion shows
comes
that we'll
with
be bombarded
best
with.
dresses or worse and all that. And I like the
Oh,
part
man.
that is the worst
Who
dresses.
wore it best?
Now, as we all know, having all worked on these kind of shows
Yeah.
ourselves,
Yeah.
my question has always been, who
Who
cares?
gives a rat's? Yeah.
Yeah, but then when I see the worst dresses, I'm like, seriously? Seriously? That's
I don't
all
know,
you
I've
can
seen
do?
some of the best
but
that
see,
I've
now
gotten,
you're
seriously.
sucked in already.
No,
They've
no, no,
already
no,
sucked
no.
you in.
But you
There's
know
your
what? I
audience.
don't need a show for that because when I watch the show, I'm like, seriously, I'm like, that's all you can do. You know, there are great examples. I'll
You know-
give you one. Celine Dion, 1999, right? She had this all white backward suit, just awkward
Oh yeah, she wore
looking
her
outfit,
Her suit was backwards, literally backwards. She
Yeah.
wore it backwards
and she
On
looks,
purpose.
on purpose.
It looks really bad, really bad. Another one is Tilda.
Tilda Swinton.
Yeah,
Tilda Swinton.
she had
Swinton.
a large.
Swinton.
They call her look in what was it? 2009. It's like a large piece of black fabric she's wearing.
Can I say something?
Awkward.
Go
With
ahead.
that
She's awkward though.
Totally the straight guy that I am.
Straight guy that you are. We
Talking
are
about
told.
fashion. Talking about fashion.
We
She's
are
a great
told.
actress. I'm not
she's
saying
a
anything.
she's a fantastic actress.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely, absolutely.
But my God,
Your God.
do not
do that.
wear something like that.
Yeah.
I forget.
And I
What,
get
what
it.
was it?
You want to see
was
that?
this-
Put it up and take a
it
look
was
at
this
it.
Yeah.
black atrocious
a
like
big
there was like a
black fabric.
long sleeve on one side and no sleeve on the other. It was just I don't know. And she seems enormous to me. Like she's super tall. She's kind of awkward,
She's.
but a fantastic
She looks
actress.
very
Fantastic
dramatic, yeah.
actress. But
I wouldn't kick her
I
out of
just,
bed.
I mean, the thing is, that's her look.
No,
It's obviously that's her. That's how she's.
and I don't think she would have
showing
gotten
herself.
Right. I think somebody else
But-
would have gotten a way more flack for it had they worn it.
By
But
the way,
because
since,
it's her.
since I'm doing this search, I can see all her clothing. They're similar.
Yeah, she's
that's-
definitely alternative.
She's one of those wacky kind of gals.
Yeah, she does not conform.
And there you go, Sam, for you coming up.
Didn't Bjork one year talking about award season? It's not Oscars, but didn't she wear like that? She wore that like dove or goose or something.
Oh yes. Oh, that was a disaster.
She was. I mean, that to me sticks out more than anything.
Oh wow.
Well, they made fun of Sandra Bullock with her like they call it white poodle gown. It's like the bottom part looks like a poodle.
Like a poodle.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know.
She looks good in
do you
anything.
ask the fashion?
great. She's great too.
Do you ask the stylist to say, "Hey, I love poodles. Can we
I
put
like
one
it.
at the bottom of my dress?" Do you think people say that?
I don't know. I thought it might have been really kind of painful for the poodle to be sewn in there. Like that. That's just me.
Hey, it's fashion, man.
That's
Fashion
true.
Anything for fashion
Does not mean fun.
Yeah.
But yes, going back to speaking about how we're always working on these, I might be desensitized a little bit because I've worked on a number of fashion shows in my time. And,
Well, I've hated all
Oh
of them.
yeah,
And
I
I've
remember
worked on
I
a lot.
watched. Yeah,
You
that's
know.
how I started. Actually, I was in the
pretending to
fashion
make
show.
that seem fun to me is not was not
Yeah.
fun.
But
So-
some of the hosts are actually more interesting than the clothes that they
True.
have on these. They have all these very flamboyant kind of people.
well, and that's what it boils down to, right?
And I'd rather look at the hosts discussing the fashions than the fashions themselves. 'Cause
Yes,
they're funnier.
But that's why it's always talking heads that people are like, oh, we got to get the next best thing. I mean, they used to have Joan Rivers used to do her. What was the one she did? She used to do them all the time.
well, and with her daughter, and
Yeah.
they'd have
Oh.
guests on.
but
It was
it
hilarious.
was all about fashion.
Yes.
I don't mind her, but her daughter. Oh,
All right.
All righty, moving along. They may be guests someday, so be nice.
I'm nice. Hey,
Okay, what's
All
the
right.
next one?
number 8, the host,
All right. Right. So we talked about a little bit of
and
this.
I have a favorite one.
It's all right. So the things we need to look forward to this year are the hosts.
Yes,
Or at least
exciting.
Any year's the
And
host.
for me, I always loved Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal.
I can't deny it. It's just amazing. The guy is just so talented.
He's just naturally
He's just-
funny.
Thank you. Yes.
He is, and he can also because they always throw in those show tunes every time they do
And
an
he
award
nails
show.
it.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
good at it.
Yeah, he's
Natural.
funny
He
and he's
writes,
good.
doesn't he write those?
He writes a lot
I
of
would
the
assume
stuff.
so.
I think he writes his own material
I
for the
think
whole
so.
show.
Yeah, and I think even the songs, doesn't he?
Yeah.
When he does those things. I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
then Steve Martin, right?
Steve Martin
He
was good.
He was really good too.
Oh yeah. Well, let's talk about James Franco and Anne Hathaway then.
Now let's not. Let's forget that.
That was just 2 years
Let's
ago.
try not to.
I don't even remember it.
Or no,
But I
was
got-
that last year?
I don't remember. Maybe
I
it was
I don't
last
want to
year.
It was
remember.
last
No,
year. or
wait a
the year
minute.
before.
Wasn't Hugh Jackman?
Oh, that's right.
you know what?
So
That's
it
true.
was 2 years.
He was
ago.
good. He
He's
was
right.
good.
He was great.
He
Because
did
he
a great
can do
job,
all
too.
that. He can sing and dance and
But I
act
got to
and all
tell
that.
you, the funniest, most entertaining host has got to be Billy Crystal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally
Although
agree.
I'm
totally
really
agree.
looking forward to you know who.
I am as well. Actually, I have that on my list that people have to be excited about this year. They have to be.
I'm very excited.
I'm very excited
This
too.
is the
But some
one of the
people didn't
years-
like it. Some people didn't like the idea that Seth MacFarlane was
Oh,
going to
well,
be doing it.
Come on, are you kidding me?
I personally love
Honestly,
it.
if I'm gonna admit, I was not that excited because
He's naturally funny.
well, yes, he is funny, but the fact that the reason I love Billy Crystal because he comes from movies.
He's the
He
people
is,
man.
exactly. He comes from that world, and he brings such. I mean, he makes it so real.
Yeah.
It's part of him. That's him, and that's the reason I love him. And I'm like, I love Steve Martin as the host.
Steve
too.
Martin.
Listen,
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Seth MacFarlane
She didn't.
is the highest paid producer on television. He's also
Well, he is absolutely.
He also had, I
is.
think, one of the highest grossing comedies of all rated R comedies of all time.
Yeah.
with
And I
Ted.
saw Ted. It was pretty good. It was damn funny.
And
Haven't seen it,
And
actually.
he's a showman.
He's a showman.
and
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, there's going to be a
That-
huge,
I hope he
huge
won't get
song at the very
disappointed.
beginning. And he's
Okay.
gonna,
'Cause
he's
I
gonna
I
be
can
You
awesome.
guys
also
are so
guarantee you he's
excited.
gay.
Well, that's always up in the air. That always
that's
gets
fine.
brought up.
But I'm just gonna say, I hope you won't get disappointed. I can see you both are so excited about it.
I'm excited.
I
I
love
hope-
him.
Can't wait.
And you know what? Next year can we have Billy Crystal back, please?
No, I think that was the
No, no,
last
no.
year that he did it.
No.
I
I
heard
think
that
he
they were
was
talking about
please
having
come
him back. in the future.
please.
Well,
Let's see how Seth does.
Absolutely.
yeah,
I'm rooting for
yeah.
my man
Bring
Seth.
Seth back, and he does a great job.
Billy.
All right, are we done
Yes.
with that one?
This
All
is,
right,
this is it.
let's
yeah.
move on. We're going to the commercial break on this one.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's hear from our sponsors. We'll come back and we'll do the last two.
All right.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. My name is Jake Sufjan, and I am one of the stars on that comedy web series called Those Guys. It's a hilarious endeavor of men and their escapades, and I think you should check it out. When you have a chance, go to YouTube and subscribe. Till then, we'll see you on the next episode.
Welcome back, everybody, to 10 Reasons Why Show podcast.
Welcome.
Video cast, I guess now. We actually we did Semma earlier. Well, we didn't.
Wait a minute. Speak for yourself.
She got her own segment earlier. So I always thought it was fair
It was
that
fair.
Sam get his own segment as well.
Uh-huh,
Right?
I think
so
it's
we
fair
all
as well.
so we all decided that we should do a segment called Life Lessons with Sam Labrati.
And
Thank
I
you.
recommend you guys to listen to.
This
carefully.
is very good. Your life will be more fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since
Sam
this is
Labrati.
the first Life Lesson with Sam episode, can I call it an episode?
Yeah,
No,
you
we'll
got
call
it.
it a segment. All right. I don't want to get too fat-headed any more than I have to be. All right. Well, so the first life lesson that I've learned this week is be careful who you pick to paint your portrait because it may turn out hideous. That's right. I'm talking about Kate Middleton or Princess Kate, whatever the hell her name is now.
Duchess. Isn't
Kate
she the
Middleton.
Duchess?
Duchess of
something, yeah.
Yorkshire pudding. Anyway, that portrait is freaking hideous,
All right.
and I can't believe it. And they made her look like some weird, older lady, and none of the normal charm she had. That's not her. None of the normal charm she had is anything like you'd want to see in a portrait. It's actually scary. I'd put that as a movie poster for a horror movie. I gotta tell you, it's freaking scary. The look she gives. You know?
All right, here's a I'm gonna throw in my 2 cents.
Throw in your 2 cents.
I've seen better portraits on Venice Beach. She looks about 10, 15 years older than she really is.
More like
looks
15 or
old.
20.
There's no smile. I think you were mentioning that earlier.
It's more like
that
a
she's-
grimace.
She looks like she's gonna kill somebody.
No,
I
sh-
think
Shall I
what-
tell you what I thought it was?
What did you think
It
it
looked
was?
like she needed to go to the bathroom.
Oh well, maybe
I'm
she
sorry,
did.
it didn't look like
Maybe
that.
she did.
Well, that's why, I mean, the guy's sitting there painting for days on end. I mean, you think that
Maybe
they'd
that's why
have
she was so
bathroom
pissed.
breaks.
Maybe that's why she was so pissed.
No,
She's
actually,
like, just get it done already.
she's got that Mona Lisa attempt, but the smile doesn't fit with what her eyes are doing. And
Yeah.
it makes it look like she's grimacing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I don't want to be doing this.
And
And, of
why
course,
was-
the Queen loved it. Now, my opinion of royalty in general, any country's royalty, and that they should all be taken out and shot. But that's just my opinion.
With beanbags or something.
Sure.
I mean, it just didn't make sense. Why would you try to make her look old? Like,
You know what?
Well, what
The
is
Queen,
the point of that?
the Queen
knows?
wanted it. That's why.
knows?
The
Probably.
Queen
You
is.
know what? I won't be surprised. Yeah.
I love the Queen. She'll probably have me taken out by the SAS.
She's
but who
going to
cares?
outlive everybody. I will never see a new queen.
I
That
don't
woman is 180 years old, isn't she? How old is she?
I think she's in her 80s.
I have
My
no
goodness.
idea. We know that Charles will never be a
Her
king.
portrait looks way better than Kate Middleton's.
All
Yeah,
I'm gonna
oh, yeah.
say, guys, Charles will never be a king. Sorry, Charles.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
life.
sorry, Charlie.
I'm not
Get
gonna
back
lie.
to
They're
that
gonna
can of
skip.
tuna.
They're gonna skip.
I'm not going to lose any sleep over it.
Well, the thing is he
he
can
will.
always just start flapping his ears and fly away.
Oh boy.
I'm just
And
saying.
that's my
what it
opinion.
is.
And that's a
let
life
the
lesson.
Queen. Wait, here's the wrap up of my segment.
Okay.
All right, don't interrupt.
Go ahead.
My segment wrap. That is not her. My segment wrap up is that never have the Queen commission your painting.
Good
And
one.
that's
I
That is
feel-
a good one. There you go.
I feel better.
You feel
I
better?
I feel better.
I feel relieved.
All right, let's get back to our list. We have 2 left.
2 left.
10 reasons why you should be excited about awards season. So let's go to the second to last.
Number 9, water cooler talk. You know what it is. It's just
Water
gossip.
cooler what?
Talk.
Talk.
Yes.
So,
So,
pretty
water
much
cooler
gossip.
talk, it's basically the gossip that happens
Yeah.
afterwards. So I don't know. Again, this is because of the business that we're in. Literally, I'm at a water cooler and people are talking about this thing.
Yeah.
Talking about what happened, what didn't happen, who won, who didn't.
I never go to the
I don't
water
know.
cooler. That's why.
Well, you don't have time. They're locking you in a room to do some shows.
I'm locked in from the outside. That's
And
what
actually,
I don't
I'm usually the guy that's locking you in there. And I get
You
to
know,
go
it's
get
so
some water.
bizarre that I always, whenever the word gossip comes up, I'm like Ryan Seacrest.
I don't know why you would think that.
He likes
Seacrest up?
gossiping. He
Does
does.
he do gossip?
Well, he's
On
pretty.
his radio show, he does gossip a lot.
He's pretty, but
But I do
you're
like.
better looking.
Yes.
But I do like it. It does cause a lot of conversations, not just at the water cooler in general, but like on Facebook, you've got Twitter's going to blow up. I guarantee you, Twitter's going to blow up as it's happening.
Yeah,
you
of
can be
course.
on Twitter, and people are going to be like, "What the hell?"
That's amazing about Twitter. It's really changing social media in that it's real time comments by people
Yeah,
as it happens.
and you probably will hear about it before it actually happens.
yeah, I mean, it's psychic that way.
But so water cooler talk. I don't know if that's something I'm excited about. Am I excited about that? I don't know.
I mean,
But I do
who
like
wants
the
to have to walk
conversation
past a bunch of people who are, jerking around instead of doing their jobs. Get to work, you.
Well, like I said, it doesn't have to be at work per se. It's the social media that's going to blow up.
Yeah.
Our page, we're going to have I'm sure we'll put something on there saying, are you surprised that this happened or didn't happen? Next week, we're going to have a guest on talking about what happened and what didn't happen.
That's right. We have an expert coming on.
Exactly. So, it's a good thing, I suppose, to spark conversation.
Yeah.
It may not be important, but you know what? It's fun.
Look,
It's fun.
I got to tell you, I may sound jaded, but I'm really just a fan. I really am. I love the whole process.
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean, I like to be cynical about it just for fun, but really, I love the whole thing. But I
That's why we do what we do.
yeah.
Absolutely.
We love being in it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Hate the Queen though. All right.
Always comes back to that damn queen.
Well,
I meant the one on Sunset.
Oh, right. That's what I assumed you meant. All right. Let's go to number 10. This is the
number
final
10.
topic.
Who showed up and who didn't?
Right. So who came and who didn't?
Well,
There's
who showed
always-
up with who as well?
Well, that's a good
Well,
one.
there's
That's a good
a
one.
really big known one.
But for me, it's the ones that either are boycotting for some reason.
Yeah, there's
like
been
the
a lot of political.
Leonardo DiCaprio's of the world.
Or Marlon Brando.
Titanic.
Marlon Brando's of the world.
being probably the biggest one that I can remember.
Well,
and
he sent a Native American woman to pick up his
Did
Oscar.
you know that she was not?
and she
an
wasn't even
actress?
Apache.
What
she
was
was an
she?
actress.
Just an actress?
She was just a Native American.
No.
Not at all.
I mean, a native of America. I mean, she grew up here.
She was born here, maybe.
Yeah. Are you
No,
serious? She wasn't
I'm
even
serious.
American.
So, no,
a
well,
Native
yeah.
American? Wow.
So I looked it up. I wanted to see the video. You'll see this. I'm sure you remember this, but this
yeah.
is 1972.
Vaguely,
I wasn't even born yet.
I was in diapers.
But I went back and looked, and this Native American woman comes up on stage, and she says
She was pretty though.
she was. But they tried to hand her the Oscar, and she goes, no, take it away.
Yeah.
And then she goes up and says, Marlon Brando is very, it's a generous award, but he can't accept it because of the unfair treatment of American Indians
but first
in
she said
cinema.
she had a letter from him
Oh, yeah.
to read, but she didn't want to read it.
That she'll read to the media afterwards.
Yeah.
But then you come to find out that you do some more research that this woman wasn't even Apache. She said she was from an Apache tribe.
She did say that, right? Like,
Yes,
she did
she
say
wasn't
that.
even Apache. She ended up being an actress.
She had
And
no
Marlon Brando's
Indian blood.
laughing the entire time.
She had no Indian blood.
No.
I mean,
well,
just
that's
so
Maybe that
wrong.
was the irony he was trying to put across.
maybe.
It's
But
kinda
her
subtle,
name
but-
was Sachin Littlefeather.
What's her real name?
It's a little feather.
Good question.
It's like sitting bull.
No, I know.
Sally Bromberg? Is that her real name?
Her name was Sally.
Oh, goodness.
Well, dress me up and call me.
So
but-
Leonardo DiCaprio was
But Leo did it too. Yeah.
because of the Titanic,
Titanic.
right? Because they didn't give him anything
right.
for it. Okay.
Right. And then there was
Just a
bunch of-
spoiled brat.
At the time, I think he was.
Well, he was.
He was. He was a
And-
young kid who thought he did. But that being said, Titanic swept everything.
That's true.
I
He
don't
was
think
Kate, what was her name?
Winslet.
Nice job.
Winslet.
Kate
All right.
Winslet did win.
She
She
deserved
was nominated and won. Yes, she did. She did.
I have,
She
I have
did.
to tell
She-
you,
but I don't even think Leo wasn't even nominated.
no. But can I just make a remark on that movie? I have a feeling that it made the splash that it did, as it were. I get it.
Nice.
Despite him, because I don't think he was the strongest actor in that movie.
No, he
I
wasn't.
agree.
He wasn't.
I agree on
And
that.
he wasn't. He was like supposed to be the central character, but frankly, if it wasn't for the great actors around them, like Billy Zane and all the great people that are in that movie, I don't think that it would have been as good as
the
it was.
great Billy Zane.
I didn't say the great.
No, I'm saying it.
Oh, yes,
I'm just-
the great
I'm
Billy
gonna
Zane.
say-
Actually, he
this.
did a great job.
He was awesome.
Actually, that's
You
the
wanted
best
to
I've
hate
ever
him.
seen. That's the best. That's the best role I think I've ever seen.
And what's his
He
name?
made- yeah, he
Warner.
was so good.
The guy who played his sidekick, the guy who did all his hatchet work. His last name is Warner. I can't remember. his first
I
name.
know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Anyway,
he was good too.
He was good, and there were a lot of excellent.
Yeah.
And what's her name was in it? The
the
actress who was in
she won an
Misery.
Oscar as well. Anyway,
You're
but
not
yes,
talking about the old lady, right?
Yeah,
yes.
the old lady.
she was fabulous.
She plays
was
Molly
fabulous.
Brown, the unsinkable
Yeah,
Molly Brown.
I fell in love with Kate Winslet.
Well,
I
because
loved the
she
topless
was
part.
perfect.
Any of the parts.
She was perfect, and I totally agree with you on the part because I didn't like his character.
Well,
I
he's
was
not that
supposed to
good of an
like his
actor. I don't know why
but I
people-
didn't like that character.
I don't know why people. I mean, he's getting better now, but
Way
his
better.
first bunch of films, really, I don't know. Like Scorsese made a major mistake in casting him in Aviator. I couldn't fall. I wanted to love the movie because I'm a big fan of Howard Hughes. I just couldn't see him as Howard Hughes, and Howard Hughes didn't talk like a teenage boy with a high pitched voice. I know. I've seen a lot of documentaries about him and real footage of him, and I'm like. It didn't work for me, unfortunately. It kept pulling me out of the story. It's like having Tom Cruise in any movie. You know it's Tom Cruise. And
right.
You know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, it makes
anyway.
sense. But I agree.
I'll get
he
off
got
my-
better.
my
He did.
soapbox.
He is amazing though. Now he's a great actor.
I think
He's
Leonardo's-
right now I do love him.
He's good, but he's
a
always
great
had that
actor
young
now.
boy look to him. You never
He
took
kinda
him
got rid of-
seriously
he
as a
did kinda.
man.
He got
But
rid
now
of-
he's. But well, I'm saying
He
now.
kind of put on weight.
Well, I
and,
watched
you know.
as much as I could of the Hoover movie he was in.
Oh, the
J. Edgar?
J. Edgar.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. You know, he's getting better. You think by now he'd be better?
I think he's great. I think he's really good. He's
better.
He's
I'm going to get a lot of fan mail, aren't I?
no. Well, that's why I was excited to see him in Django Unchained because that's a role that I've never seen.
I have
him
yet
in.
to see that film. I haven't had a chance to, but I will see it.
And that is not him at all. I mean, that's a really big departure for him.
Nice.
Anyway, so there's a bunch of other ones. Now speaking of the Oscars, because we've been talking about it a lot, who do you think may not show up this year? Do you have any suggestions? I'm gonna throw mine out there.
Which one?
Joaquin Phoenix. I think he will not show up.
Do you think he's really out of it, or he's just?
No. That was he did admit that was all a big gaffe on everybody.
But you know what? I think it hurt him.
It totally hurt him. Although he's up for an Oscar, so what can you say about that?
Yeah, he's a great actor. I mean, I
He
never
is.
really liked him until I saw him in Gladiator.
Yeah, he was.
And I was
really
like,
good in that.
He's really good.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in the Johnny Cash movie.
Yeah.
It was stunning.
Anyway, so maybe we should put that question out to our fans then.
Okay.
Who do they think is not going to show up to accept an Oscar?
I'm betting that Elizabeth Taylor will not be there this year. It's just a wild hunch.
I'd say that's a safe bet. That's
Yeah.
a safe bet. That's a safe bet. I don't know if anybody's going to take you on it, but that's a safe bet. I think. I hope Christoph Waltz wins myself, but
Yeah, he's
for supporting.
good.
All right, was that it?
That's it.
Holy cow,
It was number 10.
that's amazing.
It was
Well,
amazing. Actually, it was an
Let's
interesting
talk about
topic.
his- like, I
Drinking
wanna-
games that are based on shows, award shows.
Well, yeah. So to me, you could do it on. You can look it up on. Just Google it,
Yeah.
and there's all kinds of games that people play
yeah.
based on the Oscars. Like how many minutes someone's up there, how many times they thank
God.
yeah, exactly. So we're done with our list.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here's what we need to talk about. We need to talk about what's happening for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So what's happening for the rest of the year is you'll be able to see us. We got these two things
Yeah,
here.
you're watching us.
We'll also have guests.
Yes.
So starting next week, we're going to welcome.
Wait a minute. Will I have to behave?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll have just Semma slap you around, turn you into a human poster if you don't. But we're going to welcome actor, comedian, and producer of the popular podcast Schmoes Know Movie Reviews.
Schmoes, no. I love that
Yeah,
show.
we are gonna have.
But
Ken.
he's an
Yeah.
actor. Like I said, he's a comedian as well. So he's going to be a great first guest for us, and it should be hilarious because this guy is.
He's very
we worked
funny.
with
He's
him
really funny.
before. He's,
Yeah.
he's a very funny guy.
Yeah.
So you
What's his
definitely
name?
don't want to miss that.
Ken
Scott
Napsa?
Tommaso. Oh,
I meant the
Tomas.
guest. you
Ken
boob.
Nabzuk.
Ken Nabza.
Ken Nabzuk.
I like him.
So definitely watch us next week. We'll have Ken on and we'll talk about probably everything we just discussed here today, which is all the snubs and who cried and who didn't show up, yada, yada, yada.
Who's not going to show?
Who's not going to show.
Oh yeah.
Or who did show. That might be interesting.
who
too.
did show?
cried?
Who did show? Who probably
Maybe
shouldn't
somebody-
have come.
Well, everybody
Right,
should
too.
write in and let us know what they think because I'd like to find out what the people think. Of
I do too.
Who's in and who's out? Who came, who didn't?
Absolutely. All right. Well, with that being said, for Sam Labrati, the lovely Semma Batouk, I'm Scott Tomaso, and we will see you next week. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Stay cool.